Hello everyone! So last Friday I went and saw Spring Awakening at the Pantages Theater. It was a national tour. They had a very short run. It was February 8th to 13th. So unfortunately it's gone now. So if you missed it, I'm sorry. If you saw it, I'm so happy you were able to see it. Spring Awakening is actually one of my favorite shows. So I've been very excited to do this review. Spring Awakening has won 8 Tony Awards, 4 Drama Desk Awards, a Grammy, and the list just goes on and on. They've won so many awards for, such a fantastic show that they have. I've seen it 6 times, so I'm going to try my hardest to not be very biased, but since I have seen the show so many times, I can tell you flat out, the show is just, brilliant itself. The plot, the story, everything about it I think is flawless. So there's not really much I'll analyze about the actual show, just kind of maybe critique some of the things that I saw a difference in and how I liked it, how I liked this cast. If you haven't seen Spring Awakening, it's basically about a story of just, the hardships of being a teenager with rock music playing. I went in very skeptical about the actors because I knew it was a non-equity cast and that most of them were fresh out of college, and in a nutshell about what non-equity equity is, it's an organization that actors can apply for that makes you a legit or professional actor, and there's certain amounts of experience and other things you need to be qualified to become an equity actor, and you also get paid more once you become an equity actor, but that's basically the only difference. Now, some of the things I didn't like that I noticed that they had changed from what I had seen and from what I was seeing now. Staging, there's this one part where Moritz's father learns that Moritz failed. So he slaps Moritz. He didn't slap Moritz this time, he just threw him to the ground, which it didn't seem as powerful to me as it normally would have, stayed with me. It wasn't there. I understand why they could have changed that, because when he does push him down and the father's yelling, it shows the levels of powers and how the father's in control, and Moritz is just he has no control over this, and he can't do anything about the situation. But I could appreciate that, but I would have preferred the slap. It just seemed a little more, there. Another thing that I was sad about was that some of the set pieces were missing due to, the lower budget production. The platform during I Believe, there is no platform. It does not raise from the ground. It just kind of sat there, and the cast members just kind of stood around it and swayed, which is kind of awkward, but I don't know. It paints a really beautiful picture when it's raising and everyone's moving. It's just beautiful. Another thing, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but if you're a huge fan, it is kind of a big deal, is that they only had 2 rows of onstage seating instead of 3, which it's understandable because I do know that Pantages is actually the biggest theater that they had performed in, and the rest of the theaters they have and are performing in are much smaller, so that's all they could fit. But it just kind of sucked for, everyone in line. There were a lot of people out there lottoing, so. Another thing I noticed that I heard people around me talking about actually was the harmonies and the orchestration seemed to be a bit off. It was they were going slower than what it should normally be. I personally didn't like it, but my friend liked it, so I don't know. I guess it just depends on what you like, but I liked the more upbeat feel to it. But, that's about it. There were a lot of, little things I noticed the first time I saw it twice at Pantages. There were a lot of things that I noticed the first time that really irritated me, that were, small things that the cast members did that, I just couldn't take my mind off of. But the second time I saw it, I just kind of was over it, and it didn't seem like that big of a deal to me, and, I just could enjoy the show more. And, I definitely will say that for a non-equity cast, they were very good. Keep an eye out for everyone that's in that cast. I think it can pretty much only go uphill from here for them, and that, they'll only get better. So I wish them luck and success. It was a great show. I don't think I've ever seen a horrible production of Spring Awakening. So, overall, I would recommend that everyone in the world see Spring Awakening because, no matter how old you are or who you are, everything can learn something from this, and, that's what a good show does. I'll link the tour website down at the bottom if you want to check it out and see where they're playing next. They're having really short runs wherever they are, so hopefully you'll be able to check it out this week. Tomorrow, Bailey and I are going to be singing 33 Variations with Jane Fonda at the Ahmanson. Alright, bye.